I made this up because after the assessment today, I had a lot of questions about number 18, and it was a multi-step word problem similar to some of the ones we had on the homework packet. So I'll just jump into this question that I have. I made it up. It's similar to it, but it doesn't have the same math. So I'm not going to give you the answer here. I'm just going to give you strategies to think about before you try to make corrections to your assessment. So the question is, Mr. V went shopping. He bought a bag of grapes for $2.82, a jar of pickles for $2.29, and 2 gallons of milk. I gave the cashier $20, and she gave me $3.82 in change. How much was each gallon of milk? So that's what we're supposed to find out here. So I drew on the board here a little picture, and I'm gonna, as I fill in the picture, it'll help you see what I'm talking about here. So I gave the cashier $20 here. Okay, so I gave this $20 bill to her to pay for my bag of grapes for $2.82, my jar of pickles for $2.29, and my 2 gallons of milk. Okay? So that's the total that I spent out of this 20. And she gave me $3.82 in change. My question is, how much is each one of these gallons of milk? So how much is this value in here? So to first find out how much this whole chunk is right here, okay? How much this whole chunk is right here, I need to do some math. I need to first find out what total amount was taken out of the 20. Alright? I know that if I add $2.82 and $2.29, I'm going to find out how much money I spent just with the pickles and the grapes. So we'll go ahead and do the math to that. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 2 is 11. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So $5.11 just in these 2 chunks right here. If she gave me this much in change, I can add what I spent to the change that I got back. 2 plus 1 is 3. 8 tenths plus 1 tenth is 9 tenths. And 5 holes plus 3 holes is 8 holes. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So $8.93. Okay? That's the total of this chunk, and this chunk right here. And if I subtract these chunks right here from the $20, I'll find out what this guy right here is. Okay? So I'm going to take $20. That's out of the...
Carolyn, if you're in the building, can you come up to the office?
Little announcement there. So $20 minus $8.93. Okay? That's going to help me find out what the value of this guy right here is. Okay? So I no need to borrow. I got to borrow all the way over. Break up a 10. I have 1 left. I break up a 10 into 10 equal pieces, and it gives me $10. 10 $1 bills. And then I break up one of those, have 9 left, and it gives me 10 tenths. And then I break up one of those, I have 9 left, and it gives me 10 hundredths. So now I can do some subtraction. 10 subtract 3 is 7. 9 from 9 is 0. 9 from 8 is 1. And bring down the 1 there. It makes $11.07. So $11.07 is how much this big piece right here is, okay? So it's how much this guy right here is, right? That's what that's saying. Well, if I have 2 gallons of milk in there, I know that I need to do some more math, right? Because if you just wrote on your paper, well, the gallons of milk cost $11 and 7 cents. Well, you would be right. I mean, it would be, yes, $11.07 for the 2 gallons of milk, but I'm asking you what one of those gallons would cost. So how...
Maggie Lou, your mom is here. Come on up to the office.
So how would I find out how much each one of those gallons of milk cost? Maybe we can not have any more announcements. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's been a crazy day. It's a half day. And I'm trying to get this video recorded before I go home over the weekend. And it was Valentine's Day, which was super crazy because we all got sugar. So I'm trying to find out how this $11.07 is shared equally into 2 groups. So I divide it by 2, right? Okay? And I'm just going to do the quote-unquote old school method, so I bring the decimal straight up, and I'm going to divide the whole numbers evenly first. So I can divide this 11 into 2 groups by giving each group 5. So 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract, and I have $1 left. And now I bring down the tenths, and I'll go ahead and make that arrow in red, just to kind of give a little color differentiation there. So I'm going to bring down the tenths value here. And so now I have 10 tenths, which is still 1 whole dollar. And I can share that evenly to the 2 groups by giving each one of them 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract out and you have 0 left. And then bring the 7 down here. Okay? 7 comes down. 2 tenths. 7 hundredths shared into 2 groups. I can give each group 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract, and I'm left with 1. And I know that I can add another 0. Alright, I can add another 0 over here. And I can bring that down. And I'll have 10 thousandths to share into 2 groups. And I know that I can do that. 5 times 2 will be 10, subtracted will be 0. So I have 5 and 535 thousandths. Well, in money, that doesn't make sense. You can't say that this 1 gallon of milk costs 5 and 535 thousandths. So you know you have to round to this place value right here, because that's dimes and that's pennies, and we don't have money for this value. So we're rounding to 3. The 5 is affecting it. So the 3 is changed to a 4 because the 5 is 5 or greater. So this becomes 5 and 54 hundredths, or $5.54. Ooh, I almost ran out of room. So you would say 1 gallon of milk is $5.54, and you could check that. You could add it. You could multiply it by 2. 5 and 54 hundredths times 2. You should get close to this. Now, know that you would have to multiply this by 2 to get back to your dividend here, because we rounded it. So it'll be a little different, because 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10, and then 2 times 5 over here is 10. Add the 1 is $11. $11.08.